Hey everybody, and welcome back. So this is Let's Dance for my Let's Draw 30 prompts. Kind of fell off of the traditional media for a bit. I'm trying to catch up and finish up most of these prompts at least before October. Hopefully that will go well. But anyways, focus on this piece. I did the line art on Procreate. I decided to go with some fan art because I wasn't sure what I wanted to draw, and so this one is probably like the most time between the prompts, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna do fan art. You know, I'm gonna find some silly little pose, see if I think of any characters I like. And so I was just, you know, on Pinterest, type in the prompt word, see what comes up, and then I really liked this one like base of these bunch of characters just goofing around, so I was like, no, I'm gonna draw those characters just goofing around. So did the line art on Procreate, went ahead and transferred it, you know, printed, transferred onto some watercolor because I got these Ohuhu markers because limited budget, so I only have a handful of Copics, not enough to do this piece. So I got the Copic brush markers and I, you know, play with them, testing them out. They're very juicy. So I was like, well, let me try them on watercolor because, you know, a lot of artists don't recommend watercolor if you're going to be doing a lot of layers, because then, well, I mean, they don't recommend marker paper if you're doing a lot of layers, because then, you know, part of the thing with marker paper is that it's not supposed to bleed through, so it doesn't really absorb as deeply. So if you do layers, then it's better to find an alternative paper. But I think I might try out some marker paper because I don't really do much layers when I was doing this, and I'm still like testing them out and everything. So I think the next one I'll just go with a little chibi because this one was a little hectic and I was just constantly like looking at the references like, what color? Anyways, but it was really fun. I've been doing so much digital art. It was nice to pull out the Microns and play with my Copics and my Ohuhu markers that just kind of been sitting there. And I did the line art with Microns, and then I did the coloring with Ohuhu, and then the shading with a Copic marker I have that's a really light purple. And I'm excited to try to push myself with more traditional mediums, play with my markers more, because in high school I really loved markers just because it was a great way to get a piece done really quickly, because we had to have one piece done every week. So I would do marker and watercolor because marker would get, you know, something done for the week, and then, you know, watercolors when I get, you know, have to wait for it to dry. And so in between those drying, before the hair dryer existed in my life, I just, while I was waiting for it to dry, work on the piece with the markers, so then, you know, I'm not just waiting and I have a finished piece at the end of the week. And I want to try to just push myself getting more pieces done more often. I've been pretty good at trying to upload 5 times a week, you know, doing a video Monday through Friday, and just gonna try to keep pushing that kind of quota on myself and give myself a break on the weekends, because I'm trying to sketch more in my sketchbook, because planning's also important. Like I definitely need to practice with these markers, because at the end you'll see with the whiteout, I kind of white out the edges that got a little overboard, and just fix that, because, you know, bad art paves the way to good art. So I was like, I messed up here and there, like I markered over Nino's eye, well, one of his eyes, and I was like, it's fine, just keep going. You know, you just try to fix it and you learn, and then if you can't fix it, you just leave it there and you ask yourself, do I want to try again, or do I just want to keep going? And see where it goes. But it's definitely fun experimenting with these mediums, these markers. They're relatively new to me. And I think I kind of went a little plain with it. I know that a lot of this stuff is like a lot more detail. I kind of simplified it, and I kind of planned the colors, and then I kind of didn't, because I knew what colors to use, but I didn't know which exact markers, so I kind of have like a little test sheet beside me. That was a good idea to double check that the color was the color that I wanted, but I think maybe go ahead and have the markers I'm going to use picked out, and then, you know, just have that sheet off to the side as a double checker. Just because sometimes you think you grab the right marker, even when you like picked out the ones that you wanted. You know, if you don't do it right away, or I don't know, I get mixed up pretty easily. So that little tester sheet off to the side just to double check was really helpful. I didn't do it with all the colors, but I did do it with most of the colors, and it was pretty helpful. Especially because Ohuhu markers can be really concentrated. The saturation on them is really deep, so you get a lot of pigment, which is both a good and bad thing. If you want like a pastel kind of vibe, it's pretty hard with their markers to get a pastel color that you really like in like texture wise and opacity wise. But other than that, they're really bright and vibrant, which is good and bad. So really good starter marker for me, because I haven't used markers in a while, so and the brush nib isn't too bad on these either. It's really nice, you know, because it offers the options of thin lines, thick lines at a moment's notice, which is really great. I picked out these guys because I saw this pose and I was like, I feel like I could see them goofing around and doing this. And it was just really fun. It's just fun. It's fun. I love doing traditional art because it's like down with the ship. With digital media, you kind of just stare at it until you like are happy with it, because you can finick with it, and you know, just undo, redo, undo, and layer. So it's kind of fun, the mentality of going down with the ship that you get with traditional media. Because, you know, I roughly plan my digital artwork, and then with traditional artwork, you really got to plan with that, because you can't just double tap the paper like you can with Procreate. But I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to try to do more of this prompt list to push more digital artwork out, and yet still show my digital art love, because, you know, it deserves it. But I hope to see you guys again soon. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again. Bye!